Hi, I'm Dom and welcome back to the Clown's Pocket. Now with those cold, dark winter nights already upon us, it's the right time to start reviewing some flashlights, and I've got this one for you today, the Wuben G5 EDC flashlight. So without further ado, let's open the box. From what I've seen, Wuben does a tidy job with their packaging, nothing too flash or garish, just clean, simple and classy. Alright, let the dog see the rabbit. Alright, let's have a look. I'm going in. Oh, hello. Alright, so what we have here is we've got the G5 itself, and then we have in here a lanyard and a USB-C charging cable. I've still got a lot of kit with micro USB, but I've got to admit this is much less hit and miss. Oh yeah, there's also a clip and the usual paperwork that we'll pretend we're going to read. Nice. All right, let's put our cards on the table early on. Wuben have sent me the G5 and a couple of creator links for commissions to related purchases, but that's not going to stop me putting it through its paces and giving you an honest review. All right, so the G5. Let's talk first impressions. It feels sturdy. This thing weighs 52 grams. It's an anodized aluminium alloy case, and it doesn't exactly feel light, but it's not heavy either. It just feels solid. One thing that's important to note, although it has an IP65 water resistance rating, it is not designed for going into water fully submerged. You can drop it into a shallow puddle or get some splash on it, but I've seen videos on YouTube where people are putting it into glasses of water, and it's not designed for that. If you need a flashlight for EDC carry which is fully waterproof, look for something with an IP67 rating or higher. What you have here is a LED which is for white light, and then another one which shows the full RGB spectrum. Here we have the rotating head which goes through a full 180 degrees of movement. You also have here a clip which can rotate as well, so you can carry this in a pocket. I'll show that later. Here we have a magnet for attaching this to ferrous surfaces. And yeah, overall in the hand, it feels good. It's a comfortable size. I'll compare it with some multi-tools in a second. Here we have what appears to be a simple dust cover, but it's not actually. It's a 3-positioned selector. Then here on the side we have the main button for switching it on and off, and a rotating wheel for brightness and selecting RGB colours. So this is about 1 3/8 of an inch by 2 1/4, and it's about the same size as a Zippo type lighter, maybe a touch bigger and a bit thicker, but not much. And it slides very easily into a 5th pocket, nice and snug all the way down. The clip and the rotating head gives you a lot of carry options, which is very useful if you're working in a darkened area. Hello, Max. Okay, let's have a look at some of these functions, starting with the slider. So here we have it open for charging with the USB-C port. Then this position here allows you to switch it on. This one locks it all together, so you won't be able to activate it while the slider is in this position here. Pressing this side button on once switches it on, and again to switch it off. Holding it down for 5 seconds gives you the battery level indicator. That would be red if there are any problems. While the flashlight is on, you can use this wheel to turn the intensity up and down, and a double click will put it straight onto turbo mode. So that's full 400 lumens. At 400 lumens, battery life is limited to about 50 minutes, whereas in low light modes, you can get up to 65 hours use out of one single charge. While it is on, if you hold it down for a couple of seconds, it goes to the RGB LED, and here you can rotate this and it will cycle through all of those colors. While it's in RGB mode, if you hit it twice, it will flash. And as before, just hit the on-off button once to switch it off. Next time you switch it on, it will remember in what position it was in. So if you want to get it back to white light, you need to hold it down for 2 seconds. From the off position, if you hit it twice, it will flash 2 colours. Hit it twice again and it will change those 2 colours. And there it's off. You can also use this slider to switch the light off quickly and put it back in your pocket, and then you know it won't go off in your pocket. When charging, it has this indicator which shows red, which switches to blue once fully charged. Which only took about 20 minutes from fully empty. Actually, it does pay to read the documentation every now and again. This thing has just told me there was a key ring in here that I might have missed otherwise. So while recording, my wife has called me up to the kitchen to say there's a problem with the washing machine. There's the offending appliance. Here is the Wuben. So I'm going to press the button here once and the memory will kick in. And that's a fairly low light that I've set it at. And then what I'm going to do is double click it so the turbo mode comes in so you can see that. Turn the light off, please. Okay, so there's the memory kicking in. So that's on a fairly low light setting. And now that is the turbo mode. I'm going to get under there so I can show how bright it is in a confined space. All right, here we are still at 400 lumens in turbo mode. As you can see, it's plenty bright enough under there. And there's the join in the pipe that I think is probably clogged up with a pulped up receipt. It was in a pocket somewhere. And yet I was right, there's the blockage. All right, so here we are outside. I want to show you how bright this is on the full 400 lumens. Here we go. There we are. There's the car. And yeah, we're even seeing next door's pine tree there very clearly. Here's the brightness wheel in action, just slowly turning it up. Just no clicks, just one flash to let me know we've reached the top. Yeah, that's very good. I'm doing that one-handed because I'm recording with the other hand. All right, let's make towards the car. I want to test out this magnet. Okay, so I've popped the bonnet, or hood as you call it, and yeah, let's test this magnet. But unfortunately up here on the bonnet, there's not enough there's no ferrous metal up here. So let me have a look here on the support bar. Yeah, that'll do, that'll hold it. And there I can see the engine if I need to work on it. Ah, the roof of the carport. There we go, that'll do. So yeah, as you can see, the magnet works very well, provided you can find some ferrous metal to put it on. And it illuminates quite nicely the inside of an engine. Camping is another valid use case. I'll just get inside the tent here and show you what I mean. So even on a low light setting, there is enough light here, luminosity, to actually see my sleeping bag and look for stuff. Another thing is that most modern tents come with a hook for hanging a lantern. So I'm going to hang this up there. Okay, so as you can see, you can use the lamp as a hanging lantern inside of the tent. And one thing I really like is that you can rotate the head so that it's pointed at a specific angle and not shining down in your eyes. And then also you have the rotating wheel to change the power level. So it's like having a dimmer switch inside a tent, which is awesome. All right, much as I'd love to stay in the tent, I better get back to the house and edit this video. So I've had the Wuben G5 for a few weeks now and I'm genuinely impressed with it. I've used it when walking the dogs, scrabbling around under sofas looking for remote controls and sneaking to the bathroom late at night without waking up my wife. I have to admit at first I thought that the swivel head might be susceptible to damage, but the whole thing is super sturdy and resilient. I've even dropped it once or twice and no trouble at all. You can pick up the Wuben G5 on Wuben's own website or Amazon for about $25. And if you fancy picking one up, Wuben were good enough to give me a couple of creator links. And at no extra cost to you, it helps support the channel and keep the lights on. Sorry. I'll leave those links down in the description. If you've enjoyed this video, then please like, share and subscribe. As promised, I'm leaving you a link somewhere around here to the video for the PowerPoint with craft blade, showing you how to make these yourself without modding the tool. And I really look forward to seeing you again on the Clown's Pocket. Next time I'll be doing a review of the Leatherman Skeletal CX. So I look forward to seeing you then. All the best. Bye-bye.